Knife-edge vote counts rattle Republicans. Cliffhanger election counts have taken place from Tuesday's congressional elections in the U.S. states of Georgia and South Carolina. The Georgia race between Democrat Jon Ossoff and Republican Karen Handel in suburban Atlanta is too close to call. But Republican Ralph Norman beat Democrat Archie Parnell in South Carolina's solidly conservative 5th District. The elections are seen by many as a referendum on President Donald Trump. Democrats have suffered narrow defeats in Kansas and Montana this year. The South Carolina seat, vacated when Mick Mulvaney became Mr. Trump's budget director, had been expected to be an easy win for Republicans. In the Georgia race, spending on all candidates has been put at $56 million, making it the costliest congressional election in U.S. history. Mr. Ossoff narrowly failed to win the 50% needed to secure outright victory in the election for the Atlanta seat in April, forcing this runoff vote against Handel. The Democrats were looking to capitalize on the president's low approval ratings to win Georgia's 6th district seat. On Monday, Mr. Ossoff, 30, told local TV, "It's a neck-and-neck race, and it's all about turnout now. That's why we're so focused on getting out the vote." Handel, 55, spent Monday campaigning across the district, and received support from a Donald Trump tweet on Tuesday. The president said, "Karen Handel for Congress. She will fight for lower taxes, great healthcare, strong security, a hard worker who will never give up. Vote today." In a second tweet, he said that Mr. Ossoff was weak on crime and security, doesn't even live in district. Handel came a distant second to Mr. Ossoff in the April election, but the Republican vote had been split among 11 candidates. Republicans believe the runoff will favor them in an affluent seat they have held since 1979. They also believe last week's shooting of Republicans on a Virginia baseball field will count in their favor at the polls. The suspected gunman was a Democratic supporter, and a Republican advert that sought to politicize the attack was condemned by Handel. The Atlanta seat was made vacant when Congressman Tom Price left to join the Trump administration as health secretary. The Republicans have so far staved off defeats by the Democrats this year. In April, they narrowly defended a deeply conservative Kansas seat vacated when Mr. Trump appointed Congressman Mike Pompeo to lead the CIA. Last month, Republican Greg Gianforte won a special congressional election in Montana, despite being charged with assaulting a UK reporter. If November was the height of political winter for Democrats, the party faithful have been desperately searching ever since for the first signs of spring. In special congressional elections in Kansas and Montana, they've strained to see green shoots. Narrow defeats there, with talk of moral victories, have only gone so far. In Georgia on Tuesday, if Democrats hope for a thaw, they need to post a win. The Atlanta area race is the kind of contest Democrats need if they want to take back control of the House of Representatives next year. It's a historically Republican seat that Donald Trump barely won last November, full of the educated suburban voters who populate key swing districts in Florida, California, and across the South. Mr. Trump has celebrated his party's previous special election victories. Democrats would love to give him a taste of electoral defeat. If they come up short, frustration, tinged with hopelessness, will follow. If they win, Republicans will look to next year's balloting with foreboding bordering on panic. It's one election, a single seat out of 435. The stakes, however, are just that high.